big year? Kenny, you promised me you were never gonna do another big year.
Well, that was before El Nino. Now I'm really worried someone's gonna try to beat 732.
Bostic was right. Somebody was gonna try to beat 732. Yours truly.
Okay, that's a clip from The Big Year. It's a comedy about competitive bird watching.
Our movie guy, Aaron Lafferty, is here with more on this movie, including an interview with one of the movie's stars. Hi, Aaron.
Hey. Okay, I have to say, I saw a preview of this morning for the first time, and I spit my coffee out because I thought it was funny.
That's a good barometer, right? Right there.
I think
if
so.
Terry does a spit take, it's probably
yes, exactly. Yeah.
Well, most people know it as bird watching, but those in the know it as birding, because it's more than just watching and identifying the different species of birds. You got the bird calls, you got the migration patterns, all those things. Basically, we got Steve Martin, Jack Black, Owen Wilson. Jack Black's kind of a rookie in the game of bird watching or birding. Steve Martin's a veteran, but Owen Wilson is the guy that holds the record. So they decide to go out and try to break his record. And obviously Owen Wilson wants to defend his record, so that's kind of where this all takes us.
Very cool.
It's such a funny premise anyway.
Right. This is from the director that did Marley and Me and The Devil Wears Prada.
Okay.
So I talked to Rashida Jones. She was doing a promotional campaign for something else. I asked her about this movie and what kind of it meant to her and working with this cast, and we kind of get to see what it means to be a birder. So it's more than just watching birds. So she explains that.
Okay.
It was an insanely talented, funny group of people. And I think the kind of common thread is that everybody in it, Steve Martin, Owen Wilson, Jack Black, Angelica Houston, all these people are hilarious, but also really wonderful actors, which is, it's rare to find that combination.
And for people who aren't into bird watching, why would they want to see this movie?
Well, David Frankel, who directed the movie, also directed Marley and Me and The Devil Wears Prada, two movies which are subjects you may or may not have been interested in before you saw those movies, and he has this great way of giving you the kind of inside track onto a subject that you may not think you're interested in, but he somehow connects the heart and the relationship in a way that you can relate to. So that's hopefully what people will feel after they see The Big Year, even though they don't bird themselves.
I've been told it's birders, not bird watchers.
Yes.
I'm sure you learned a little bit about that.
Yes, I did. I learned about bird calls, particularly, because that's my character's forte in the movie. And yes, birders are insistent that you call them birders, not bird watchers, because they do more than just watch the birds.
Hello, Master.
Okay, there's a guy I've got to catch up with to see this movie. One of my favorite birders here in West Michigan. His name's Steve Allen at the Kalamazoo Nature Center, and he can do every bird call, I swear to you.
And you'll know, that's a little education for you. They're birders, not bird watchers, because it's more than just watching the birds. So I'll have the entire interview on my YouTube page later today. You know, this movie's been doing okay. The reviews aren't great, but they're not bad, so it's kind of in the middle. So if it looks interesting to you, go check it out.
Okay, now this is what piqued my interest. It's rated PG.
Yes.
So, I mean, this is
family.
really a whole family kind of a movie.
Exactly. Exactly. It's the funny of the situations, not the raunchy or the dirty funny. It's just the situation of them competing to, see who's the best birder.
Fantastic.
All right. Well, the next one of my personal favorites. I know. See, I knew you were going to do this to me, Aaron. I knew it. Footloose. I'm very excited. A remake.
Another remake.
But tell us about Footloose.
So this time, it's basically a complete remake. This isn't like they're doing a new, it is a new spin, but it's not like they're doing anything different. It's not like a prequel or a sequel or anything different. Kenny Wormold takes over the Kevin Bacon role. Juliana Huff's in this. It's pretty much the same movie, the same idea. Dennis Quaid is Juliana Huff's father.
Preacher.
He's a preacher. The town is basically, they've outlawed rock and roll, they've outlawed dancing because of a tragic event. And so Kenny Wormold's character comes in and brings back dancing.
All right, yeah.
I didn't see this one, but it's kind of getting, the fans seem to not like it as much as the critics, which is kind of the opposite of how this normally goes.
Yeah, really.
So the critics seem to like this movie a little bit better than the fans.
Interesting.
And maybe because they're holding on to the 1984.
Maybe so.
So the 1984 version.
So the tail's wagging the dog so far with this one.
Yeah.
Something like that.
But
Okay.
the popularity of Glee and High School Musical and those kind of things will keep this movie in the mainstream.
Oh, absolutely.
And it'll be number one.
All right, now we're counting down to Halloween, right?
Right.
And that means we've got to start to get some scary stuff in?
Yes. So we've got a remake and kind of a remake. The Thing, you might remember from 1982, John Carpenter's horror classic. This is actually like the prequel. If you saw the 1982 version with Kurt Russell, this is kind of the events of what happened leading up to the 1982 version of the movie.
Okay.
So this is the prequel, not a remake. It is actually a prequel.
Okay.
Even though it's keeping the same name, so it's kind of like a part one, if you will.
Okay.
This movie, getting okay reviews, not great either. So check it out if you're interested.
Okay, and next?
All right, answer this, the next one.
Right, this movie was shot in Ann Arbor and also on the U of M campus. It's something that doesn't happen very often. The University of Michigan doesn't usually let people shoot movies on campus, but this is a movie, it's all about competitive bar trivia. So we had competitive bird watching, we got competitive bar trivia. This is going to be 2 weeks only at Celebration Cinema North only. It's a limited release. It's kind of doing a regional release. There's an event tonight. You can go check it out. At 6:30 they're going to do this kind of trivia night, and then at 8 o'clock they go see the movie. Afterwards you can do Q&A with the director and the producer, who are Ann Arbor natives. So
Fantastic.
That's kind of a fun thing.
Wow.
Okay, very good. And then Playback, we've got one that's locally filmed.
Yeah, Playback, Christian Slater was here for a couple days. His role is kind of minor, but Playback is another horror kind of movie. It's about a family who's killed, and then the events of that are dug up some 20 years later. And it's kind of this horror thing happens to the community. Basically, Magnet Releasing has picked up distribution rights on this. It'll be kind of a video on demand kind of a thing in February, and then it'll be in theaters in March.
Fantastic.
Wow.
Okay, and of course, we can follow along with you on Twitter, on Facebook, Laugh at the Movies.
Right.
And I want to see Moneyball, and you haven't seen that one yet.
No,
but,
I did.
You did?
I loved it. It's
What do
my
you think?
favorite
Good?
movie of the year so far.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Gotta go see
A
it.
great endorsement.
Also 50-50.
Okay.
Oh, yes, I want to see that too.
Also good.
Fantastic.
All right.
Big weekend. Good thing the weather's going to be
That's
colder.
right.
Yeah.
I got my scrapbook
And there are
ready.
no sports to watch this
Right.
weekend, right?
Theatrical. Right.
Well, we'll be back on Monday. Have a great weekend, everybody. Stay West.